The DOJ has officially released over 3 million additional pages of the Epstein files. More than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images are included. There's so much in these files, it's almost impossible to read everything and look at all the pictures and everything. I'm just gonna dig in and start reading shit. Look at this website someone made. It's called Epstein Secrets. And it just shows all his relationships with everyone when you click each name. And it's just very powerful people everywhere. I mean, Prince Andrew, Donald Trump over here, 3,100 mentions. Bill Clinton, 1,300 mentions. Hillary Clinton, Elon Musk. I mean, we even got my boy Stephen Hawking over here. Like, come on, Stephen. What you doing on them islands? We all know what that man doing on them islands. Would you look at this? June 2023. Do you have time for a call to discuss a victim who recently came to our attention with connections to Epstein-Maxwell case? This victim has identified other potential traffickers. Remember, the government tells us all day that there's no other people that did anything. So here's an FBI tip line. And this one is obviously a bunch of tips. I mean, people call in and leave tips, so some of it could be horseshit. I mean, that's just how this works, but some of it could be true. You know what I mean? Redacted reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was 13 to 14 when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. The response from the tip line was, spoke with the caller who identified redacted as friend. Lead was sent to Washington offices to conduct an interview. Redacted reported she had a friend, redacted, who was a personal assistant to Epstein in Florida from 86 until 91 or 92. This friend shared names with some of the guests at Epstein's parties to include Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. 2 voicemails left, no response received on the response. At age 16, while modeling, caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, the caller reported she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Orrin. Here are the 2 guys that they're talking about in this complaint. They're actually going to trial this week in federal courts, which is wild. Alan and Orrin lured caller and her friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated that Orrin R-worded her best friend, and a third brother, Tao, R-worded a 14-year-old girl named Blank. Caller named other individuals in the big orgy with her and other young girls and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Online complainant reported she was a victim and witnessed a ST ring at the Trump golf course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, between 95 and 96. Complainant reported Ghislaine Maxwell as madam and broker for sex parties, clients of whom Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. Complainant reported participation in orgies and that some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security that if she ever talked of what went on there or who she saw, she would end up as fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other couples. Claims to have video of high-profile sex parties dealing with cartels and having witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl to death at a party. But then over here it says for this specific one, she was spoken to and deemed not credible. Wait, hold on. Why is this redacted now? I swear I saw this unredacted. Dude, look. Okay. This is crazy. Now I think I know why they're deleting shit. Additional research showed 3 separate incidents involving police which requested mandatory psychiatric evaluations. But then on the website now, it's redacted. So basically what I just figured out, they posted shit and then they're realizing they should have redacted certain things. They delete it, then re-upload it. I mean, that's what happened here. Claims he was contacted by a female victim of Epstein who wants to publish a book, provided background information for himself, such as working with prominent figures such as Leslie Wexner and Epstein, being pardoned by U.S. president, among several other pieces of information. The victim reportedly knew about criminal activity that occurred in multiple states and on airplanes, and told complainant there were films of prominent men such as Epstein, Clinton, Trump, and that Ghislaine Maxwell was in the videos as well. No probative information. A complainant reported meeting Lisa, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm an idiot, at a hospital where they were roommates in 2000. She was invited to Epstein's house. She met a model scout named Bobby Cox. While at this party, complainant stated that they all had been invited by Donald Trump to a party at Mar-a-Lago. She wanted to go to the party and was allegedly told by the V name that it was for prostitutes. So this girl overheard about a party to go to Mar-a-Lago, and apparently the guy was like, no, it's for prostitutes, you're not going. When she was 14, Ghislaine Maxwell allegedly approached her about modeling, international travel, and massages. Never reached out to Maxwell because of the offer sounded as if it was most based around modeling, which she was unable to do so. She made a podcast of her story about her encounter with Ghislaine when she was 14. She was spoken to twice. First time she was applied as instructor and went to Epstein's once. Second time called the royal family, was contacting her about images of Prince Andrew's. Claims she would send an email to corroborate, no email received. What? Complainant reported his ex-girlfriend's blank were victims of Epstein's and one was murdered. While working as a limousine driver, a complainant recalled picking up Donald Trump in 95 to take him to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. During that ride, he recalled hearing some of the things Trump spoke about on his cell phone were very concerning and described being a few seconds from pulling the limousine over and within a few seconds of him pulling him out of the car and hurting him due to some of the things he was saying. He noted that Trump repeatedly stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone. One of the complainant's ex-girlfriend blank told complainant Trump R-worded her, as did Epstein. Voicemail left, no response. This on the right is the response by the tip line, by the FBI tip line. So they hear this tip and they don't do anything besides leaving a voicemail. Caller's talking about crimes committed against her. She claims to be a prisoner. She references Lisa Marie Presley, the British royal family, President Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. No contact made, lives in Australia. All right, so that one's probably horse shit. I mean, lives in Australia, I don't know. Complaint reporter neighbors saw modeling gigs at Trump Modeling Agency and NYC between the years 98 and 2000. She went on cruises set up by a recruiter. She reported the neighbor was allegedly R-worded by someone they think is Epstein. Complaint following up after a call with NYPD officer regarding her previous tip reported that she was forced to perform sex acts when she was 13 and pregnant in 84. High-profile individuals involved. The murder and disposal of her newborn daughter. Complaint reported Donald Trump participated in regularly paying in money to force her to perform sex acts with him, and alleged Trump was present when her uncle murdered her newborn child. So I've heard about this one. So I guess some of this is mixed in with older news, because I feel like I heard about that like a month ago. I mean, I'm reading this so casually, but can you imagine if it was any other name besides Trump in this? Replace everything that I've read about Trump with Obama. Let's just imagine that. There'd be some people raising hell over this, but some people don't seem to care. 87, ended up at Trump Plaza. Victim 1 saw Trump and wanted to meet him. Unknown male approached her and offered to introduce her to Trump. The unknown male gave Victim 1 a drink. Victim 1 woke up naked and saw over $300 on the bed. Victim 1 didn't remember how she got in the room. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. Victim 1 called the caller and told her she thought she had been R-worded. She didn't go to the hospital to get an R-word kit performed because she didn't think anyone would believe her, especially because she was drunk. Victim 1 believed Trump was behind it. Victim 1 left a bar with a man who no one in the bar recognized, but who seemed familiar with Victim 1. Victim 1 was never seen again. A few years ago, remains were discovered that matched the description of what Victim 1 was wearing when she went missing. DNA tests were inconclusive. No contact made. Victim identified as deceased. Hold on. So what I just gathered from that is this poor innocent girl got R-worded allegedly by Trump and then ends up fucking dead. Can you imagine if this was any other person? This is fucking crazy. Donald Trump had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Epstein would bring the children in and Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's and by entering a finger and rated the children on tightness. The guests were elder men, including Elon Musk, Don Jr., Trump, Ivanka Trump, Eric Trump were there, attorney Alan Dershowitz was there, attorney Bob Shapiro. We were taken in rooms, forced to give oral sex to Trump, forced to allow them to penetrate us. I was 13 when Donald Trump R-worded me. No contact information provided. I mean, that one is insane. Holy shit. I'm gonna have to probably bleep some of that. I don't even know what to say about that one. That one's baffling. All right, now I'm gonna go on to some Elon Musk emails with Jeffrey, or I just searched anytime Elon is mentioned. I mean, come on. December 30th, 2013, redacted to and from. Why are we redacting that? Organized Elon Musk to island for January 2nd. Why are you trying to go to the island so bad, Musk? What you doing up there? February 20th, 2013, when can Elon Musk meet Jeffrey Epstein at SpaceX? Now they're talking about solar, getting electricity to the Caribbean island. Another email, can Elon attend the dinner on the 23rd? April 2013. And this is after Epstein was already convicted of something, by the way. I mean, he had that whole situation like 07 or whatever. Follow up with Elon for the dinner on April 23rd. Can he come? This is crazy. Bro's begging to go to dinner. Dear Jeffrey, did you have dinner with Elon Musk? And did you explain to him my proposal? What was his reactions? So this is this guy, Sultan. I can't pronounce the name. Apparently he's some wealthy person from Dubai. So take that with whatever you want to think that's about. Just a reminder, Elon was asked about coming to your island on January 2nd. I mean, this is emails of them basically begging to come to the island several times. From Elon here. Elon says, actually, I could fly back on the 3rd. We will be in St. Bart's. When should we head to your island on the 2nd? Jeffrey says 2 or 3rd will be perfect. I will come and get you. From Jeff to Elon, I will send a heli for you. Oh my God, this is Jeffrey sending this to whoever this is, Juliana Glover. Listen to it. He's simply brilliant though. And it's a link to Elon Musk 2018 Joe Rogan episode. Imagine what Joe Rogan think about that. Epstein was listening to his shit in 2018. Look at this. Elon Musk to island, December 6th. Google Calendar notification. 2014, bro. Are there any flight logs of him going there? Because it sure as hell seems like he'd be going there. Oh my god, I forgot he tweeted this. Musk tweeted this shit about Trump being the Epstein files. Whole time, bro was talking to him, emailing him, playing and shit. Even though it could have been business related only, but you around someone that was convicted of shit? Like, come on, bro. This is a really disturbing email right here. Do you want me to try to do her or just torture her on redacted? And I don't know if this is I mean, Jeffrey's either the sender, it says from, so it might be from him, Jeffrey, but it's September 9th, 2011. Why are they redacting who is he talking to here, bro? And then here's another disturbing one. Where are you? Are you okay? I love the torture video from Jeffrey to redacted. Once again, I ask, why are we redacting? Who is he talking to about a torture video? I thought the whole point of this was being transparent. So this is from June 2021 at 4:07 p.m. Redacted call to FBI National Threat Operation. Blank was recently interviewed by an FBI agent. However, he felt triggered as a victim and not report all the information. Redacted had recordings of Donald Trump, Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell discussing marketing strategies for high-profile sex parties at the Trump golf course. He mailed the recordings to a lawyer in the Cayman Islands. Blank was part of the Sinaloa cartel and worked closely with Epstein and Maxwell. However, he was able to walk away from the cartel due to his status with Epstein and Maxwell. Hold on. The guy snitching was friends with them and part of this cartel? He was able to walk away from the cartel due to his status with Epstein and Maxwell. In the recordings, Trump stated he was aware of the underage sex parties and charged the house money of the golf course to fund the sex parties. He witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl. Okay, this is the same person as we read earlier. He claims she is buried behind the 19th hole at Donald Trump golf course. I don't even know what to say. Blank is aware of the 3 separate occasions in which girls were murdered and buried there. Blank was told if he spoke about the incident, he would end up in a hole as well. Blank gave Maxwell the idea to put cameras at the golf course to review the cartel members and understand how to market the 12 to 14-year-old victims to the cartel. This is baffling. From Jeffrey to Steve Bannon, Trump is said to know of Stormy Daniels' payments months before he denied it, is the subject of the email. Jeffrey says, once you know the code, it's all clear. What the fuck are they talking about code? From Jeffrey to this person, Landon Thomas Jr., he feels alone and is nuts. I told everyone from day one, evil beyond belief, mad, and most thought I was speaking metaphorically. It's obvious he could crack. Stormy Daniels, ? Lies after lies. Landon Thomas Jr. says he's scaring the shit out of me now. He could well tank the global economy. Can Barack talk sense to him anymore? Maybe it's time for you to jump in, given how he is throwing caution in the wind in such an epic fashion. Why wouldn't he take your call? They're clearly talking about Trump here. Can Barack talk sense to him anymore? Obama talk sense to Trump? I'm confused. Jesus, this email says Epstein was paid $158 million by Black between 2012 and 2017 for services related to a variety of tax and estate planning matters, an amount that appears too far to exceed the paid by Black to his other professional advisors. This compensation scheme, which ranged between $23 million and $26 million for a number of years, appears to have far exceeded the median CEO pay for Fortune 500 CEOs. So this is about Leon Black, who I never heard of, but apparently he's some businessman. He paid Epstein $158 million. One businessman. I mean, this is fucking crazy. Look what these guys said on Reddit. Seems like dataset 10-zip isn't available on the server anymore. I don't see anything at the link. Made it to 57.6 gigabytes downloaded before this happened.